Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a special Warhammer The Old World video. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop me a comment down below. It is the first video of 2024 and we have some awesome news for you and some price leaks. So price leaks obviously aren't always 100% accurate, however there is a very strong chance that this is 100% accurate. Now, Warhammer The Old World is hitting the shelves in the very near future. So near, in fact, that you can pre-order them from Saturday, which is really good news. Now, The Old World is one that I have been looking forward to for quite a while. However, I'm not 100% sure which box I want to get. So, if you've not been following, I should say, there are two core sets you can have. You can go for the Kingdom of Bretonnia edition, which gives you all of this, which is pretty damn cool. So you get 76 minis in total, all of them plastic minis. 75 of them are returning classics. So you get 12 knights, you get 3 Pegasus knights, you get men at arms, you get some of the bowmen as well, and you get an awesome new Lord of Bretonnia on Royal Pegasus to lead them. You also get the core rulebook, reference sheet, dice, templates, measuring sticks, and a transfer sheet, all for good measure. This is going to set you back a bit of money though. This is £155 for this box. Now, I do genuinely like the Knights of Bretonnia. They look like they've stepped straight out of medieval times, so it's very grounded in a regular reality and one of the coolest sets that I think I've ever seen. Really good stuff. I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing these guys on the tabletop because they'll be pretty good fun, won't they? Now, I did say that there are two boxes. The second box is the Tomb Kings of Khemri. So the Tomb Kings of Khemri gives you a lot of minis. So in total, 93 minis. That's right, 93. So not only are you getting chariots, you are getting archers, you are getting steeds, you are getting your regular rank and file troops for the Tomb Kings, and 2 brand new minis. You get a Tomb Priest and the Lich Priest on Necrolith Bone Dragon as well. Now, this one does come in at a bit more of a premium. This is £175 by all reports, and I must admit I've wanted Tomb Kings for a long time, so I am more tempted to go for this box set over the other, just because it's cool. I do genuinely love the Tomb Kings. They're one of the coolest armies that I've used on good old Warhammer Total War, and yeah, this box set is just right up my alley. I genuinely like them. I want the skeletal archers, I want the Tomb Kings, I want that good old Necrolith Bone Dragon because it's pretty damn awesome. So yeah, I might end up going down that route. So really cool stuff. Genuinely a lot to look forward to in those kits, in my opinion. Obviously though, if you already have an army for Warhammer, you can always just get the good old rulebook, which apparently will be £42.50. It's pretty big, it's pretty chunky at 352 pages, so pretty good stuff. There will also be 2 major supplemental books for it. So there will be Forces of Fantasy, which covers your Kingdom of Bretonnia, Dwarven Mountain Holds, Empire of Man, Wood Elves and High Elves. And then there is the Ravening Hordes book, which gives you all the Horde-like good old forces, which includes your Tomb Kings of Khemri, Bray Herds, Beastmen Bray Herds, Warriors of Chaos and Orc and Goblin tribes. Each of them books are going to be £30 each. So, but they are pretty cool. Then we move on. We're going to go through the Bretonnia stuff pretty quickly, and I'm going to try and rattle it off as fast as I can so this video isn't stupidly long. But otherwise, we have some really cool stuff to look forward to. So first off, we have the Arcane Journal, Kingdom of Bretonnia. £16 if you need a bit more to go with your army lists for good old from the Forces of Fantasy book. You may want this as well. Gives you a deep dive into backgrounds of the Land of Chivalry, as well as adding new rules, content and heroes of legend, and 2 armies of infamy based on the errantry crusades and exiled knights. So gives you additional ways to play your Bretonnians. There is also the Battle Standard Bearer on Royal Pegasus. This one's going to be about 40 quid. This is also a really cool plastic mini. Genuinely, really nice kit. So I do kind of want to see this guy on the battlefield, and I'm looking forward to it because he's pretty nifty. He does look like he's almost in identical poses to the Lord of Bretonnia on good old Royal Pegasus as well, in all honesty. So I've got a weird feeling it's a multi-part kit with optionals. So yeah, at some point. But, you know, why not? And then we have Pegasus Knights plastic kits, so we get 3 of those in that starter box for the good old Bretonnians. Genuinely pretty damn cool. I quite like the idea of Pegasus Knights. They're quite funky, they're quite different, and they're very unique and very Bretonnian as well. Then we move on, we get Grail Knights and Grail Knight Command. Not available through third parties apparently, from what we found out so far. These are pretty cool. I do quite like these. They're 3 metal Grail Knights with plastic horses, or 3 of the commanders, metal commanders. Yeah, pretty good kits. Metal kits can be a bit tricky, I won't lie to you. If you do need anything like pin vices or anything like that, by all means get them from your local hobby shop, get them from Element Games or Wayland Games or anyone like that. And things like your paper clips and stuff like that, you straighten the paper clips out, cut little bits off. You can use them like little kind of pins and use them like little dowel to hold bits together, which is very handy for these guys. Then we have Battle Pilgrims and the Grail Reliquary, 2 different kits. So the first one consisting of 12 metal pilgrims, and the second one containing 7 metal models. So these are very kind of add to your good old Bretonnians. Then we move on, we have Mounted Yeoman and a Mounted Yeoman Command. So if you go for the Yeoman, you get 5 metal models to sit on the 5 plastic horses. If you go for the Command, 3 metal models to sit on 3 plastic horses. Also really cool. I do genuinely like them. They look pretty cool, and yeah, they are the peasantry essentially of Bretonnia. And then we move on, we get Forge World resin kits. So the Handmaiden of the Lady, this is pretty damn cool. So Handmaidens of the Lady, Fey Enchantresses whose powerful magic can turn the tide of war. This is a resin kit that can be made into Damsel or Prophetess, depending on which head and hands you use. Entirely up to you, but this will be a kit that I probably pick up just to paint, and probably wouldn't use whether I go for Bretonnia or not, because it's pretty nifty. It's a really nice kit. Then we move on, we have more Forge World resin in the shape of a Battle Standard Bearer on foot and mounted. Also really cool. I like this guy, fits in obviously with your knights and your men at arms. A perfect addition. So super cool, super interesting, real good kits there. And then probably the best kit of all, the Questing Knight Paladin with Great Weapon. This guy is super awesome. Obviously you can have him with his helmet on or without his helmet, entirely up to you. But this guy is super cool, and another one that I would have to pick up just to paint. Whether I use him or not, who knows, but that's pretty damn cool with his sword through an orc's head. Genuinely one of the best looking minis I think I've ever seen. And then we move on, we have our Kingdom of Bretonnia reference cards and dice. Apparently the dice sets are £26 each, which is quite pricey in my opinion. Hopefully they train that's not the right price, and hopefully it's a bit cheaper. But you get 18 unique dice. Whether that's going to, win the vote for you or not, who knows. And then you get your reference cards, entirely up to you if you pick them up. Then moving on, we get our Arcane Journal for the Tomb Kings of Khemri, also £16, so this gives you obviously your extra bits for the Tomb Kings. Then first off, we get the Tomb Guard, £47.50, you get 20 plastic Tomb Guard minis. If you go for your good old Tomb Kings, you're going to want to pick up a box of these as well to go with them, because that is a pretty damn cool looking army then, and yeah, very unique, very awesome. One of the coolest kits around as well. Use them in 2 units of 10. You can have halberds and you can have normal swords. Yeah, really cool stuff. Genuinely interesting kits. Then we move on, we get more plastic kits in the Sepulchral Stalkers, or you can build them into Necropolis Knights, entirely up to you. I like them, I don't like them super huge amounts though. They could be something better, but they're pretty unique on their own. Yeah, if you're going to go Tomb Kings, you're probably going to end up with these because they fit right in, they look cool, so yeah, why not? And then we get our last kit, which is the Necro Sphinx. So the Necro Sphinx, £45 for this guy. Plastic kit, you can pick him up on eBay for like 50 odd quid at the moment, but who wants to pay that much when you can get it for 45? He also comes with a good old Lich Priest as well on here. You can turn him into a Khemrian War Sphinx if you wish to. Really, really cool stuff. I genuinely like both minis. Either way, super cool. At the end, I'd probably end up with two, personally. Have one like that and have one as the other, because they're pretty nifty, so why not? And then we can move on to the ones that you can't get from anywhere other than GW. So first off, we have Cetra the Imperishable, one of the main leaders for the Tomb Kings. Cetra founded the mortuary cults, obsessed with gaining eternal life, but when he woke to the half-life of a mummified monstrosity, he swore that all the living world would feel his wrath. So this is a metal and plastic kit. Cetra atop his chariot, which is pretty damn cool, and it's got them nice blades sticking out of the wheels as well, so really, really interesting as well. Then we have a Lich Priest. This is a metal kit. Genuinely another pretty cool mini. He looks pretty awesome, and obviously got that kind of nice sepulchral glow coming from the eyes and mouth. Then we have a Shabti. These are metal kits, if I remember rightly. Which can build 3 Shabti. You can choose between Shabti with ritual blades or with great bows. So either way, really, really cool stuff, and they are very, very unique, which is exactly what you want from your minis. And then we have our new Forge World kit. So this is a Forge World resin kit for a Tomb King. Awesome, genuinely a lovely mini. I would definitely get one of these because super cool, lots of little details to it as well, some unique details with things like the scarab on the brooches and stuff like that. Yeah, really, really good stuff. And then we have a battle standard bearer as well, also really, really cool. So genuinely another lovely mini. Yeah, can't say enough good stuff about it. I genuinely like it. I think it looks really, really good, and definitely worth a blast as well. And then we have Tomb Swarms. So Tomb Swarms are kind of scarabs, swarms of scarabs and scorpions that form up and attack, and can be utilised to harry everything and everything, so why not? And then we've got our dice, which look really good. I do genuinely like these dice, they look pretty damn cool. And our reference cards for the Tomb Kings as well. Also 26 quid, which is far too expensive in my book. But we have the cooler dice, which are the ones with the Galmaraz adorned on them, which are pretty damn cool. I do genuinely like them ones. You get card sleeves. We'll have common magic item cards and Laws of Magic reference cards as well. Also really, really good stuff. So if you are going to be playing a lot of Old World, you may want to pick a bit of all of this up just so you can get going. And then moving on, we have things like new bases. So if you have old minis, you may want to try and remove them from the old bases and put them onto the new bases, because the smallest is going to be 25mm square as opposed to the old style 20mm square ones that they used to do. 30mm for slightly bigger, and slightly bigger, and then your new sizes for good old cavalry and stuff like that as well, and monsters. Really, really good stuff. This is going to be quite expensive though, £25 for the good old movement trays, which seems to be really expensive in all honesty. So the idea is it's modular, so you can kind of cut through them plastic and then utilise the struts to build around it. It just feels expensive, in my opinion. It just feels quite expensive in the long run. You probably can get cheaper elsewhere, in all honesty. So from third parties as well. So, but yeah, 25 quid for that seems pricey. Then we get an awesome Warhammer the Old World map, which is pretty damn cool, and I must admit I want it. It's about 1 meter squared, which is pretty awesome. So genuinely a nice Brit kit. So I might try and pick one of them up, because it's awesome. So why not? And then we move on. So there will be new stuff to come later on for good old Warhammer the Old World. There will probably be more kits released later on, so they will release more additions for the Tomb Kings, Bretonnia, and more for other units and forces as well. All that said, really good stuff. I'm genuinely looking forward to it. There will be more news coming up for more Warhammer related items soon, but for that, thank you very much for watching this one though. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, let me know in the comments down below, but for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye now.